All right, turning now to weather. Meteorologist Mario Ruiz tracking some flash flood warnings early this morning out in Fannin and Grayson counties. I know on my drive in, I saw it was early this morning, some little lightning in the sky.
I saw it too. Yeah, if you looked towards the north, that's where you saw the storms, and you could see some really pretty lightning. Unfortunately, some of that lightning did come with a flood threat, and some areas like Jack, Palo Pinto, Parker County ended up seeing flood warnings that lasted through about 9 this morning. Right now, I'm showing you Dallas Baptist University because this camera does a good job of showing you some of the cloud cover overhead. The temperature is only 80 degrees out right now. Generally, when we have sunshine and no rain in the morning, we're getting into the 90s. So right now it's 80, feeling like 83. There's the cloud cover. There's all that's left of the rain. We had a lot of it, mainly west of DFW this morning, and now rain coverage has lowered quite a bit. Now across the Metroplex, not seeing too much in the way of rain, just some cloud cover. We had some showers try to work their way into western Denton County. A few of that may have made it to the ground, but I think for the most part we stayed rain free. Now we did have those warnings across Jack, Palo Pinto, and Parker County today, but those have been replaced with a flood advisory just to give it some time for that water to recede. It just takes some time. Rain is not actively falling in this area, but this will be in place until noon. Now, what we're going to watch now is the potential for any of those thunderstorms along our western counties. What they do is they release outflows, and along those outflows, they tend to kind of linger. And in the afternoon, once we see those temperatures climb, we could see thunderstorms develop along those outflows. So we'll be watching that. The coverage for this afternoon, the rain coverage will be at about a 20%, and it's going to be very scattered in nature. That's about 4 in the afternoon, so those temperatures, start to climb. Then we start to see a couple of those thunderstorms popping up. Now today, if these thunderstorms take shape, the main concern will be the potential for brief heavy rainfall that could lead to some areas of flooding like what we saw across Jack County this morning. But for the most part, these storms are not going to reach severe limits. In fact, the other threat with this, gusty winds up to about 40-45 miles per hour. We see a lot of this activity winding down into the evening time, but more rain expected tonight into tomorrow. It's not going to be a lot. Okay, so that cloud cover and the rain keeping our temperatures on the cool side. Look at that, 71 in Decatur, 74 in Denton. Compare that to the 82 in Dallas and 87 in Athens and Canton, where there was no rain this morning. Now we are looking at highs kind of being all over the place because of this, but I'm thinking near 94 degrees for Dallas, 95 in Fort Worth, 94 in Denton, and into the mid 90s for our western counties. But if that cloud cover holds, a lot of locations won't make it out of the 80s. We don't see a lot of rain potential the next couple of days, about 20% coverage. It lowers and we stay rain free towards the end of the week. Tomorrow we'll see some afternoon thunderstorms, but again, only about 20% coverage, and activity will be very scattered in nature. So the heat over the next couple of days staying pretty normal for August. Normal is between 96, 97 degrees. We'll be right at that through this weekend with a heat index still in the triple digits because it's still humid after all. A quick eye on the tropics. No chance for development for that cluster of thunderstorms in the northern Gulf and the northern Atlantic at 10, but Tropical Storm Aaron has taken shape, and a lot of models still indicating that this will continue to move west at about 23 miles per hour now. But every single line that you see there is a different model output, and it does look like it could reach a hurricane status this week. And if it does, it'll be the first hurricane of the season, and it'll likely reach Category 3 status sometime this weekend. If that happens, it'll be the first major hurricane of the year as well. So here closer to home, no local impacts with that tropical system. Temperatures are going to be in the 90s. We'll continue to see the mid 90s through this weekend, maybe even a few low 90s late next week. Some indications of a season cold front, a late season cold front mark. So overall, no triple digits on that 14-day.